Hey, this is Maginoni, and here's some Marvel reviews for you. We have a couple Civil War and a couple non-Civil War titles. So let's take a look at the first one, Spider-Woman number 10. If you remember last issue, Carol asked Jessica to take a look at a list that Ulysses provided that had potential or possible future things, and she was supposed to check up on them to see if any of those things came to pass. So she goes from one thing to another, and some of her little like things that missions that she goes on are kind of funny, and it involves various things. Like one of my favorite ones was the Legions of the Night, where they're saying like the slime thing was coming through the toilet and eating pets, and there's like the werewolf and creature from the Black Lagoon, and that one was like kind of funny. But ultimately it ended with one where at first everything looked like it was like Ulysses was wrong, and then but yet sure enough his prediction came true. Now all of that was all fun and dandy, but then the ending part where things kind of took a turn when Spider-Woman found out that Hawkeye shot Bruce Banner with the arrow and killed him. So overall, I mean, this was it was a really entertaining book that ended on a real powerful note in a sense, because things are gonna hit the fan, at least between the relationship between Spider-Woman and Captain Marvel. But overall, very, very enjoyable book. And if you're not reading Spider-Woman, there's something wrong with you guys. The Fallen, number 1. This is the aftermath with the, quote-unquote family of Bruce Banner. Amadeus Cho, Rick Jones, Betty, the Warbound, and it's basically the last will and testament of Bruce Banner. So I mean, it was a nice finishing touch, so to speak, but it's one of those things that I'm going, okay, deep down we all should expect Bruce to come back at some point in time. But then on the other hand, I'm thinking, maybe Marvel is really going to make it a point to not bring back some of their characters. But then I keep thinking of Spider-Man Dead No More, and I'm just counting down the time for, Bruce to come back. And so half of what's in this issue just kind of is like, who cares? But overall, I mean, it was a nice finishing touch to that part of the story. It's not totally needed, but it does give you that closure for the Hulk's, ultimate storyline. And it gives you an update on what some of these people are doing. But overall, it's okay. Art's okay, story's okay. This is the good one, The Mighty Thor. And this was probably one of my favorite books of the week for sure. Everything is coming to a head. You have Roxxon, you have Thor coming in there, you have S.H.I.E.L.D. trying to figure out who Thor is. You have the Berserkers versus the Mindless Ones, and all of this was all great. Art was great, writing was great, and then you get to the end part where your S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of like, we know who you are, Thor, you're Jane Foster, you need to, come with us or else. And then the twist happens, and overall, I was pretty pleased with this issue. It was really good, very strong, one of the best Marvel titles out there, and it's criminal that you guys are not buying this book. Just criminal. Uncanny Avengers number 12. The fight with the Avengers versus Pym Ultron comes to a head, and they learn of a horrifying secret of Ultron, and it comes basically when they send Ultron to like this spirit world where he's going to like face the dead, and that that he's killed, and then they realize okay, we've just made a mistake, because this guy is truly off the charts for insanity in terms of like his body count, and it throws out like a sense like a I don't want to say a curveball, but it lays out basically another plot point that's going to be coming, and it sounds like it's going to be coming pretty soon. Overall, I mean, it was a decent read. I liked how it was a sense of, they just couldn't, they tried to get one up on Ultron, they just couldn't. He just kept coming at him and coming at him. The way they resolved the fight was an interesting way of doing it. Don't get me wrong, when I say it's interesting, it was kind of like the only thing they really could have done, but, it was decent. But overall, I mean, I enjoyed the run of this story arc. Looking forward to seeing what's to come. And but it's not the greatest book of the week, I can tell you that much. It's firmly average. So anyways, these are some Marvel reviews. We'll have some more stuff later. Let me know what you guys picked up, what you thought of the Civil War tie-ins. I know I left a lot of Civil War tie-ins on the table, but I'm just like, I am not buying into that nonsense at all. I will buy what I need to buy, or maybe what looks a little bit interesting, but I'm not buying into these other stupid crossovers. But anyways, like, share, and until next time.